Upgrades? Yes. And in an unprecedented turn of events, we have some driver transfers. Weber's gone to Haas to become a crash merchant, and Stroll has gone to Toro Rosso to inject them with some lovely Canadian syrup. Meanwhile, Grosjean has been let go and will be the baguette forevermore. And in the performance graph, we are by far and away the second fastest car. Mercedes, I hope you're quaking in your boots because your reign is going to come to an end. Hello all, Karl here. Welcome to part 7 of my F1 2019 career mode. Straight into qualifying then, no mucking about here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Bit of a shorter track, a very fast sweeping first section, or it's more the second section that's fast and sweeping.
Karl, learn your tracks, you absolute Fruit Loop.
But our car seems pretty competent at this track actually. Very stable coming through these last two corners, using 4th gear to get a bit more bite on that last corner. And as we come across the line, it is going to be P4. Ooh. Saucy. Full beans for one lap means Norris is also P5, which is fantastic stuff. Bottas are essentially arch nemesis on pole position at the moment. I think we could challenge him, so let's give that a good shot. Whoa! Final qualifying lap in anger then for the Austrian Grand Prix. Can we nail this first apex? Braking hard. Bang! Sensational stuff. We're already a 10th up through the first corner. That is absolutely immense stuff. Hopefully we can continue that trend. We're actually the best in the entire session through the first sector, but a bit wide into this left-hander. That's not very good, is it? But through this second left-hander, bit better. We're looking good, using all the curb on the exit as much as you can. Qualifying is complete. Bottas still on pole, but it's nip and tuck between us both. Can I pull a rabbit out of a significantly small hat and try and put this McLaren on pole? A bit tentative through the last corner, but across the line, where are we going to be?
Good work.
And that was me, ladies and gentlemen, almost shouting my lungs off for absolutely f***ing nothing. Bun you, Bottas.
But look at that top 3, all of us separated by just under a 10th. That is sublime stuff right there. It would have been better if we were on pole, but Bottas is on top of us for now. Right, Bottas, can you stop that? I never want you to do that to me ever again. Stop it! Rivalry-wise, well, yeah. Resource points-wise, we now have a grand total of 903 resource points to our name. All the teams love us. Life is good.
Alright, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do.
Lights out and away we go for the totally authentic pole position Grand Prix. A pretty epic start against the rest of the grid, but Vettel is getting a good run on us. He dives it to the inside. I don't see him, and oh no. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we've won this race by a country mile. I hope you all don't mind. Okay, fine. Lights out and away we go for the actual Austrian Grand Prix, and it's a tentative start. Vettel and Bottas get absolutely thunderous starts. Jesus wet. We're going to go around the outside, though, and almost lose the car in the process. Karl, goodness me, he's off to Monaco, mate. But it doesn't matter. We have somehow managed to retain our lead and pull out somewhat of a massive gap. Butler's up to 3rd in other news. Well played, mate. I can't even fault that. Bottas is nearly getting overtaken by him. It's a tussle for 3rd, but by the end of the first lap, we're already over a second ahead of Bottas. So it looks like it could be quite the boring Grand Prix, and maybe we are going to just be dominating the entire weekend from here. Is our race pace good? Well, I think we've got quite a feisty Bottas behind us, so only time will tell whether we truly have the pace. End of lap 2 onto lap 3. We're not the fastest. We are obviously not the fastest, and we've gone what are the esports line, ladies and gents. However, our esports credentials aside, sector 2 and 3 seems to be our kryptonite. The Mercedes just seems to be absolutely rapid there. First sector, we escape off into Narnia. However, sector 2 and 3, Bottas climbs into Narnia and chases after us. End of lap 4, personal best lap, but the gap is under half a second. And that is quite a scare. So coming through the first corner, generally use 4th gear. For some reason, I've decided to carry more speed instead of just try to bloody keep it stable. But whatever, we're going to gloss over that and hope Bottas doesn't overtake us. Luckily, as we come into this hairpin here, as long as he doesn't overtake us into here, we've got the best traction in the entire Omniverse. And so we've escaped, and we maintain P1 for now. On to the end of lap 5, because I've genuinely seen more interesting ham sandwiches than this Grand Prix so far. And the situation is this. We are quite consistent, but Bottas is also consistently putting us under pressure. So once again, we come through this first corner, try not to slide it out. I don't know why I'm going so wide, because that means Bottas gets a better run at us. We're keeping it in high ERS because, well, our ERS isn't looking great at the bottom, as you can see. Bottas, however, can't get close enough. And as a brilliant result and a brilliant byproduct of all of this, he can't overtake us. And we maintain P1 still, which is fantastic. And the fantastical nature of all this battling is proving ever more fruitful because we are absolutely checking out from the rest of the field. Look at the gap between Bottas and Butler. We are absolutely running away, and it is exactly what we love to see. But let me tell you something I don't love to see. That is Bottas. I haven't got really anything specific to pick out. I just don't really want to see Bottas right now. But it's the same story and the same script as we've had before. We try not to bottle the exit of turn 1, which we almost do. Bottas then opens his flaps wide up. Right, okay. I'm never ever saying that again. Oh my god. Bottas's flap issues aside, we beat him to the hairpin once again. Get the better exit. It's yellow flags up ahead. We maintain P1 still. Halfway through lap 9 now, because it's about as entertaining as the real French Grand Prix this race. However, we'll gloss over that because it's time for undercutmeup.com. Yes, that is right. Undercut Merchant here, bringing you an absolute strategic play that will see us reel away from Bottas like a happy salmon. So coming into the pits a bit wide into the entry, onto the mediums, here we go. And as we come out of the pits, it's Weber and Hamilton fighting. I guess you could say Weber's team choice was a hashtag blessed decision, am I right, ladies and gents? Hamilton's got DRS on Weber, and we've got DRS on him as well, so it is hello and goodbye to our old F2 teammate, and oh my word! Good grief! Almost my heart shot out of my throat and into my computer screen, but that is a dive bomb Rick Bobby and Tom Daly would be proud of if they were talking about it in a bar after 5 shots of tequila. That was absolutely fantastic, and now we can focus on the job in hand, and that is not getting overcut by Bottas, who still stayed out. It's lap 11 now for him, and he still stayed out on those soft tyres, so maybe he just does have really, really good pace, and the overcut is going to work. However, I do have faith. Never give up. And as a bunch of cars pit, we are relinquished up now into P5. Fantastic. After annihilating the first sector, onto lap 12, Bottas in the pits, and we've absolutely mullered him. That is brilliant stuff. As you can see, it's not even close. We are in the red on fuel, but
We don't need to talk about that, guys.
we've undercut Bottas, maintained P1. Let's see what we can do from here. Lap 13 then, the gap to Bottas is 1.2 seconds. That is the gap we need to maintain and hopefully spread out so that we don't get caught, he doesn't get DRS and put us under pressure for a lot of the end of this race. We have very consistent lap times under our belt, but Bottas has chewed in another 10th on us. That is not good news at all, so we are feeling the heat a little bit here in Austria. The hills are not singing music, they're singing Screamo in my ears. However, that is more music to my ears. We pulled out another 10th on him in that lap. Back to 1.2, and suddenly the dream of winning a race with McLaren after ages is looking pretty damn alive. Let's go. We got this, lads.
And last, is no discrimination whatsoever in the McLaren team. Thank you.
On to whatever lap this is then, and as you can see, this is what the situation is as we go very wide. Track limits want to know your location, Karl. But as you can see, we're on the last lap of the Grand Prix now. We've just been as consistent as we can be. And as long as we don't bottle
The last few corners, I pray to God that we don't, because otherwise I will actually cry. I'm praying to every single God, including Krishna, right now.
But we kept the gap to Bottas very consistent. It's at 1.4 as we went through that sector split. And we can't be faulted. We have driven out of our skin. It's going to be our first win of the season. Get in there, boys. Yes!
Well, a few strepsils later, here we are. That's our first win of the season, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually quite staggered that it happened here. I didn't expect it to. I thought Bottas was going to absolutely trounce us, but it isn't to be. We've absolutely sent him into the Stone Age, and I'm loving every single moment of it.
Also, props to Lando Norris, 5th place, what a drive, and beating the likes of Hamilton, Vettel and Leclerc. Absolutely fantastic stuff. What a day for McLaren. First win in, I think, 7 seasons. Unreal stuff.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
Well, not gonna lie, first stint was pooing myself. Second stint was absolutely fine. I think we got... Oh my god, yes!
Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they?
I mean, what? I finished second in France. What the fuck?
You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
Well, it's very flattering of you. However, my only goal is to smash Bottas into the centre of the earth.
Were you surprised to see Lucas moving teams?
To be honest, yeah, I'm really surprised. I didn't think he was doing too badly at Toro Rosso, but all the best to him. Hope he does well.
Appreciate your time.
A competent interview from Claire? Since when? But needless to say, it's a battering. Resource points wise, we collect a bunch for our absolutely scintillating performance. And when it comes down to it, we have a grand total of 1,184 resource points. All the teams love us. Life is very good.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
Cheers, Joff. Here we are on the upgrade screen. First of all, Britain, a bit of a power track. We're doing really well on the power side of things at the moment. However, a bit more power wouldn't hurt. So there we are. Good stuff. And we're going to go for a tyre wear upgrade as well in 3, 2, 1, bang! Nice. So let's have a look at the standings then after...
Not to glow, but did you know I got my first win, ladies and gentlemen?
We're now P3 in the standings, chasing after the Mercedes pair. Norris slowly climbing his way up the standings as well, which is good. And we are 4th in the Constructors, chasing down Red Bull. But that win and those valuable points are momentum we can carry forward into the next race, our home race, the British Grand Prix.
Are you joking me? Are you literally joking me? Fuck's sake.
Well, to be fair, it wouldn't be the British Grand Prix if something didn't go catastrophically wrong within the first 5 minutes. But that failed upgrade might prove to be a bad omen because Red Bull have overtaken us to be the 2nd fastest car. Oh dear. Salutations, my comrades. Welcome to the British Grand Prix qualifying. We've gone through turn 1 and we're going to take a nice sip of tea through turn 3. I'm not taking a sip of tea through turn 3.
I've never actually tried tea. Am I even a Brit? Probably not.
But approaching the Maggots and Beckett's complex right now, and I absolutely love this section. We're going to just throw the car in, go over the curbs as much as you can. Ideally, give yourself the best slingshot onto the hanger straight, DRS wide open. We are fastest out of everyone through the middle sector. We are faster than Bottas currently, so we could well be on our way to pole position. I've turned the difficulty up, by the way. It was 105 in Austria. Now it is 107 in Great Britain, which is fantastic. And even on this difficulty, can we absolutely trounce the field through the last few corners here and across the line? It is provisional pole by over 4 tenths. Stop it, Carl. Confirmation of our extreme pace as we are fastest in both the 2nd and 3rd sectors. That is absolutely beautiful stuff. And this makes a change to the format then. We're hardly seeing the 2nd qualifying lap. What on earth happened here? Well, 1st and 2nd sectors were pretty much textbook. We go even faster in the 2nd sector, actually. So that is absolutely awesome stuff. We're going to annihilate the field as we take
esports line.
But despite that, we're in the slipstream of Ricciardo into this last little section. And it might be distracting us a bit because we get caught up on the curb on the left. And it's, oh my word, it's a tank slapper and a half. Oh my word.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Get in there, Lewis. That is absolutely scintillating stuff. We have pole by a country mile, to be honest. That is the best thing you've ever seen in this game. Don't you dare disagree with me. Also, Lando Norris beginning to catch up towards the front runners in terms of pace. P8, not too bad. However, with a car like ours, nearly 2nd fastest on the grid, I would have hoped he would have been a little bit higher up the field, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure that can be rectified in the race. We're in a very good position. We are quite a bit faster than everyone else. Hopefully we can convert that to a win in the race. At our home Grand Prix, it would mean so much. Let's do it. It is time for the Ooga Booga Balding Caveman Grand Prix.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
Cheers, Jeff, but... oh, no. Oh, we're so screwed. Aim of this race, drive fast, don't get hit by the rain. One light. Out and away we go for the British Grand Prix. It's a decent start, but AI getting a better start as always. We cover off Bottas into turn 1, and as a result, the AI fight away, and therefore it is much the same story as Austria. Block off the AI into turn 1, they scrap away, and as a result, we can absolutely escape off into the wilderness, which is just what we want to do. Hamilton now in second place, asserting his dominance as the number 1 Mercedes driver. But for us, it is a missile job. We're going to escape and never hopefully see any of these guys again for the rest of this race. Let's go. On to lap 2 then, and as you can see, it hasn't really worked. Hamilton is all over the back of us, and that was not part of the game plan whatsoever. We were supposed to run off into the sunset like a rabid deer, and instead we've got Mercedes poachers trying to ruin our day on only lap 2 of the British Grand Prix. Oh, God. So it looks like the first stint's going to be the same as Austria. Defend, defend, defend against the seemingly faster car, even though we were clearly faster in qualifying. So that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But that's what we're going to have to do, unfortunately. We come through a bit on the grass onto the hangar straight. Hamilton all over our slipstream. That is not ideal at all. But luckily, it's not enough, and we do hold our P1 for now. Lap number 3, and we've somehow pulled some pace out of our arse. Sector 2 is absolutely impeccable. Hamilton is nowhere near, and that is fantastic. So we need to extend the gap, and hopefully that should be an easy task to do. Coming through the last couple of corners then, he closes up a little bit. The AI seemed pretty good around that last complex, but we escape once again, and we are in the 129s. Can we keep this up? Will it last long?
It didn't last long. He's right behind us. We're about to get absolutely gobbled. Oh, no.
Here he comes then. Christian boy to the inside. We defend to the inside last minute. Was it too late? I don't know. We'll now go to the comments, the experts, to see what they think. Needless to say, though, despite all that, we hold P1, which is good news. However, Jeff, being the ray of sunshine that he is...
Engine is looking a little warm. Power output
Denied.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
I needed to shut him up. He was giving me too much negativity for my liking, and Hamilton is still all over the back of us at the end of lap 6, and as a result, I feel like a strategy ploy is on. We go for the undercut once again, the slowest pit lane on God's green earth. Let's do it. Lap number 8 then, Hamilton's in the pits and we've absolutely mullered him. There it is. Sponsored by yogurt. That is absolutely beautiful stuff there. And we are quite a margin ahead, and now we really do need to escape because I do not want to be in the same scenario again. Let's just catch up to the Williams cars, probably very quickly because,
not gonna lie, have you seen the pace of their car?
Anyway, glossing over how rubbish their pace is still, we catch up to them pretty quickly, and Kubica pulls into the pits, and now we are going to be absolutely blocked by Russell. Look at that. That is criminal behaviour right there. He should be disqualified from the race for blocking the leader like that, even though we are
Actually required to overtake him. That's a shambles.
I'll tell you what isn't a shambles, though. That overspeed. Down the inside of Russell we go. Impeccable stuff. And now he can be the barricade we need to try and scamper away like a rabbit on acid. And as we come through on the same lap towards Cops, we are stuck behind Wade, but we're going to pull out to the outside. He gives us the big squeeze. Naughty teammate from F2. Bad teammate. Get back in your pen. It's really unnerving, though, because we're still side by side in this Maggots-Beckett's complex, but we do get the better of him on our fresher tyres and against Giovinazzi. It's absolutely scintillating stuff. The exit speed is, quite frankly, unbeatable, and that is us up into P6 for now, but as other cars pit, I'm sure we will reclaim P1 very soon. End of lap 10, onto lap number 11, and finally the rest of the cars pit, and we reclaim our rightful P1. Fantastic stuff. However, the clouds of doom really have descended, because as we go through turn 3, look up at the sky, and suddenly out of nowhere, the rain decides to have an absolute meltdown before spitting down on the car. There are the raindrops. It's getting quite wet out there. A bit too moist for my liking. I mean, that wasn't the phrase I was going for, was it? Let's not discuss that. Onto the penultimate lap, though. Pace isn't too bad at all, and gap to Hamilton is over 2 seconds. So that is excellent stuff, and hopefully we can hold it all the way to the end. Thanos, take me to the end right now. Onto the last sector and the last lap of the British Grand Prix. As a result, gap to Hamilton has extended, and it's just scintillating stuff. We have driven so consistently, and this victory is just that bit more sweeter. Our home race in front of a home crowd in a British team beating Lewis Hamilton at the first time of asking. We're gonna do it! We're gonna win the British Grand Prix!
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing. Well done.
Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm really happy to see them there on the top step of the podium.
I think I've had too many strepsils for one episode, but we've done it. British Grand Prix win. For some reason, it's already sunny again. I'd love to know how that's happened. But back-to-back wins, especially at our home race, topping it off, is just phenomenal stuff. I can't even believe it, quite frankly. That fastest lap is still eluding us, you know, but we're going to get it one day, I am sure. Norris as well, dethroning some of the top runners, beating Leclerc and Gasly, who I think retired, to be fair. But it's incredible stuff. Come on, Claire, let's have an interview. Or possibly not then. That's interesting. Meanwhile, in the rivalry, you know the story. Battered. Resource points after a performance like that. We deserve all of them, and that is what we get. We get 781 for the session, 1,274 to our name. Lovely team goal. All teams love us. Get in there, Lewis.
Fantastic podium. Well done. Keep pushing like this for the rest of the season.
Yes, it was a fantastic podium, Emma. I can't lie, but can you just... I won the race! Anyway, upgrades time. We get a downforce upgrade, and also I decided to go for a durability upgrade on the engine because I cannot be bothered for Jeff's negative messages anymore. So that is done and dusted. And that'll do it then for the British Grand Prix. We're still third in the standings, that little bit closer to the top. Norris as well, moving his way up. Now he's 8th in the standings, and as a result of his good results, we are now P3 in the Constructors' standings. We have leapfrogged Red Bull. That is quite something. So hopefully we can continue that momentum and catch Ferrari and Mercedes very, very soon. A sublime episode from us. Back-to-back wins, pole positions across the board, and hopefully in the next episode we can continue that trend and become even more deadly. Thank you all for watching part 7 of my F1 2019 career mode. If y'all did enjoy, slap like, smash subscribe, and also hit that bell while you're at it. That is quite a sketchy phrase. I've said a lot of sketchy things this episode, possibly because it's nearly 3 in the morning and I need my sleep. But if you do all of that, that would mean a great deal, and you would also not miss a single one of my uploads. I also have social media. If you really want to keep up to date with what I do, my Twitter and my Instagram are both at KarlsCarsYT. Links are down in the description below. Give them a follow. I post there quite regularly, and it is very, very good fun. Until the next video, whatever that video may be, thank you all ever so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you very soon.